Thanks to those joining me live and to those that'll be joining me on archive as well. And we're being joined by Maestro, Chief Funky, and Black and Brown. I do apologize. There is no introduction today because StreamYard's video option is not working. So I'll be having an interesting email tomorrow. That is for sure. Okay. Maestro, how are you doing, brother?
I'm great, D. Thanks for having me on. Great to be on with Black and Brown and G Funky. I love Black and Brown's hat, man. I was telling them before the show, Barry Bonds, living legend.
All right.
The GOAT, baby, the GOAT.
And enough of the asterisks. Chief Funky, how's it going, brother? How's it going, brother?
Oh man, this is going to be one of the best shows we've ever had. It's HCP 50. We got a couple guests on, and I picked the upset of the year. I told everybody, man.
Yes.
Hey, Black and Brown, thanks for joining us. About time.
Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate the opportunity to come on here and talk to Gabe Flores. He's probably, if I got to pick a fighter, he's my favorite fighter in the game right now. I'm a little biased because he's from Northern California, but like I said, man, I appreciate you guys having me here, man.
Absolutely. Let's get this show on the road because no technical difficulty is going to get in the way here. Shout out to StreamYard. We'll have Gabe Flores on momentarily. And then, of course, Teofimo Sr. will be joining us at the top of the hour in the next hour. So stay here. And lastly, the main event of the evening. I'm going to take this pie, this shit right here, in the face. All right? That's what's going to happen. Are you happy, Chief Funky?
We need some splatter, D-Style. We need some splatter.
I can't wait because, man, I took a lot of shit this week, man, for my pick. So I can't wait for that one.
You can't wait. First of all, talk to us. Talk to us about the fight. Great performance by Valdez. Talk to us. Your emotions, your feeling while you're watching the fight, your feeling after the fight, during the fight. Talk to us.
Well, I'll tell you this, man. I was pretty confident going into the fight based off what I seen style-wise from both fighters. I would say after the first 3 rounds, I was pretty comfortable. I mean, anytime there's a big fight, you get that nervous butterfly feeling, once you get past that stage, because he was looking so good, he's making Alacran miss, making him pay. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, he's boxing, he's doing what he's got to do, he's landing shots, he's winning rounds. Then that 4th round comes, lands a left hook high on the head, takes the legs away. I mean, he was looking like Bambi out there, and couldn't find his legs for the whole round. But I got to give him some credit, man. He was able to keep his legs underneath him. I don't know how, but he was, and survived that round. Next round was another big round for Valdez. I'd say round 6 or 7, you can kind of see Berchelt's legs kind of coming back, looked a little bit more steady under his feet. And, round 8 was when I kind of knew. I seen when he started to switch up southpaw and was still having really good success in there. I was like, okay, he's confident. He knows what he's doing in there. This fight is over. That's what I was thinking in my head. He's going to just cruise to victory. And then round 9, he drops him out of the southpaw stance with a nice little uppercut, couple of hooks. He goes down. And then the 10th round, he lowered the boom on him, man. And just like I told you guys, man, you guys laughed at me when we talked about this on Uncensored. I showed that clip of him running in wildly with his hands down, punching. And that's exactly what he did in that 10th round. And he paid dearly for it, Big shout out to Oscar Valdez. You made me look like a genius, bro. But I always knew you could do it, man. I've been picking you ever since they said this fight was going to happen. So you win some, you lose some. But this is a big one for me, man. And I'm going to enjoy it.
Chief Funky soaking in the success of his pick, and rightfully so. He got it right. Yeah, rightfully so. Let me tell you something. When I was watching this fight, when Valdez when Berchelt went down, I went down with him. Okay, like when his legs got wobbly. I got wobbly. Okay. My jaw was hurting after the fight. Well, why is my jaw hurting? What the fuck is going on over here? You know, I felt that. I felt it. But you know what? I stand my square. I picked my fight. I got it wrong. And I'm going to proudly take the pie tonight because a man lives up to his word. He lives up to his bets. Okay. Next time he's going to bet cash. You know, it's a lot easier to give somebody 20, 30 bucks. You know what I mean? Black and Brown, talk to us.
Yeah, it was a great fight. It was a great performance by Oscar Valdez at the end of the day. His ability to land cleanly, land flush. He was so accurate. He was really he was moving really well, you know. He was moving really well. He surprised a lot of people. Like G Funky said though, I knew he had it in him. I didn't pick him to win. I picked 11th round Berchelt, but I wasn't surprised when it happened. I made a video on Wednesday saying that something like this could happen because of Oscar Valdez's capabilities and Eddie Reynoso in his corner. I wasn't surprised at all, man. Wasn't surprised at all. The fight, I seen the fight over so early. Early in the fight, I seen Valdez being able to avoid Berchelt's aggression. And when he was able to avoid it, I said it was going to be a problem. And I seen him land in flush. And going back to what G Funky showed on the HCP show the other night, I seen Berchelt look sloppy in the past as well. His last fight, he looked sloppy. He looked slow. He didn't look like he was really into it, right? Some of the clips that G Funky was showing, he looked sloppy. He looked slow. He was over punching. I just thought maybe that was taking his opponents lightly and not bringing his A game because some of his like lesser talented opponents, like his last fight. But I didn't expect him to bring that same energy. I thought he was going to bring a lot higher energy. I thought he was going to be a lot more aggressive, and it wasn't. It was the same old Miguel Berchelt, and Oscar Valdez was not the same old Oscar Valdez, and that's why we got what we got.
Yeah, man, that was a hell of a performance. I'll get to you a milk car, but we're going to go ahead and bring on our first guest of the evening, the one, the only, Gabriel Flores, the King of Stockton, is in the building. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, my guy. Thank you for having me on, man.
Hey, most definitely, man. First of all, I mean, it's the obvious question, but I got to ask it anyway. How are you feeling? What a performance. I mean, you look great. Great stoppage. How are you feeling?
Thank you. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling hungry, man. I'm feeling hungry. The morning after my fight, I went to run, man. Sunday morning, I ran Monday. I went to the gym today. Tomorrow, I spar. You know, I'm hungry. That's all it is. I can't wait for the next level. I don't see that I did nothing yet. I only did what I was supposed to do. I only did my job. So I just want to I'm looking for the next level, and that's what I'm getting ready for.
I don't want to make sure I heard that correct. You're back to the gym tomorrow?
I had the gym already today at the boxing. I spar tomorrow, yeah.
That is dedication. Go ahead, Chief Funky.
Hey, Gabe, I want to say first off, congratulations on the big win Saturday on national TV. You know, myself, as long as Black and Brown, we're both from Northern California, from Sacramento.
Yes, sir.
And we just want to say, you know, we're proud of your success, man. We support you, and we look for good things, man, in the future for you.
Yeah, man, I'm representing NorCal all the way. There hasn't been really a NorCal face besides Andre Ward. He was the last one, and we got him part of the team. He passed the torch, so now it's my time to shine for NorCal and put us back on the map and make sure we go number one pound for pound. So I'm on a journey, man. I'm on a mission. That's why I'm already in the gym, man, because I see the big picture. You know, I'm looking for the future. These little goals right here are helping me get to the future. I'm glad that I performed Saturday night. I'm blessed. I'm grateful. Don't get me wrong. I'm very grateful for that. And but I'm ready for the next one. I'm not satisfied. So, and we coming back to Stockton, you know, so the NorCal's gonna be happy about that one. They can't wait for me to come back to Stockton. Ever since the Stockton fight, they've been asking me to come back. So I can't wait to go back to the city of Stockton and put on a great fight and sell it out again.
Absolutely, man. And I want to ask you this too, since we're on the topic of our region that we're from. you know, there's not a whole lot of big names, like you said, that have come out of our area. So I want you to let the people out there know how hard it is to come out of this area, because, you know, a lot of our fighters, I know they have to go to different cities. I know you moved to Vegas, you know, to get the sparring and the training and stuff, but let them know, you know, the struggles that we have up here, man.
And it's extremely hard. The odds are stacked against everyone, you know, to make it to the top. But it's even more stacked against us coming from Northern Cali, just because it's a rough area and we don't get a lot of shine. We don't get a lot of pop. We don't get a lot of credibility. You know, we don't really get a fair shake coming from Northern Cali. So that's why the odds are stacked against us more. It's harder for us to come up. You know, like you said, we don't have a big stage, a big name like that out there. You don't really have that person to look up to near us. So that's why it's much harder and for us out there. And yeah, I moved to Vegas because I'm serious about my career. And like I said, I'm looking at the big picture. And I know to go further in my career, I would have had to make that change. I didn't want to move. I love Stockton. I felt comfortable in my city. I lived there all my 19 years when I was there, all my 20 years actually. And so I didn't want to move, but I had to move because I knew that was going to get me to the next level, and that was going to have me do better. I honestly believe the performance you guys been seeing from me, the Valdez performance and the ones previous, I've been doing better and getting better because I put my mind to it in Vegas, man, and a lot of great sparring out here has helped me also.
Absolutely, yeah. I know a few of my buddies that turned pro, and they did the same thing. A couple of them moved down south to get the sparring and stuff. So I know exactly what you mean, man. But your performance, man, you looked good. You got the stoppage. Was that something you were looking for to make a statement?
Repeat that. It was breaking up. I didn't hear a word. It's just so static.
No, that's all right. No, I was just saying. I just want to ask you about your performance. There's quite a few people questioning your punching power. So, did you guys plan on going out there and stopping Valdez?
We seen it happening, but we never go out there and really force a knockout. We just seen it happen because the
Well, it's a temporary delay there. Just give it a moment, and I'm sure his phone will reconnect. There it is. There we go. All right, we're back on. Can you hear us? Can you hear us, Gabriel?
Oh, he's back.
Hello, Gabriel. Can you hear us? I think he's trying to reconnect.
Yeah, it must be just because he's driving.
While we wait on that, Tony Boswell, I appreciate the support. Much respect, DStyleBoxing and the panel. Hit the like button and subscribe to the great content and good conversation. I appreciate that, brother. Very, very, very much.
What up, Tony?
Yeah, what's going on, brother? Can you hear us now, Gabriel? Yeah, he fell off there. We'll see if we could get back on. Great performance by him. I mean, stopping, Jason Velez by stoppage, and you're right, G-Funk. A lot of people question his punching power, and I think he had a really good stoppage, victory. Can you hear us now, brother?
Okay, now, yeah, everything's good. I got good bars right here where I'm at.
I gotcha.
Sure everything's good, man.
There we go. All right.
I heard your question. You said, did we plan on stopping Velez, right? That was the question?
Right. Yes, sir.
We never plan on stopping somebody. We see it happening. We see it being very possible. But for us to go out there and get the stoppage, we just let it happen ourselves. If we get a stoppage, we believe it's because the great game plan in training camp. And that's what we had, a great game plan, great training camp. And tell you the truth, I didn't even follow up and do the game plan 100% how I should have. Honestly, Pops was telling me about it, and Pops is 100% right. I needed to float my jab more, use more feints. I needed to press more because he didn't have nothing for me. I was just taking my time. I was playing with my food. That's what I was doing. And I could have really took advantage of so much more opportunities and pressed forward, because when I walked forward, I hit him a lot. and I was catching a lot of his punches on the inside. My defense was good right there inside of mid range, so I could have done a lot more. Uh, but we never looked for the stoppage. I just had a great feeling that we're gonna get a stoppage. Even my manager did. Jay Prince, Antonio Leonard. Antonio Leonard was telling me that he put a bet. He bet knockout. Somebody else that helps us in the gym, Ben. He holds the shield for me. He bet knockout. So and he convinced a couple of his people to bet knockout. So they had good faith in me just because the training camp was it was on another level, man. I was hungry, like I said, and I still am. That didn't really do nothing for me. I want more. So I just feel like the stoppage and everything came through training camp. And so we never go out there looking for it, but it comes when you do everything correctly in the right way.
What was this fight? Was Velez tougher than you thought he would be? Was he what you expected? Was it easier than you thought? Did you surprise yourself?
It was tougher, man. He's tricky. From watching him on tape, he does not seem that crafty and tricky. He does not seem like it. But when he's throwing, he's hard to counter going back. I was trying to counter him, but he got his distance and he's very long. He looks like he's falling in and he's wide open, but in reality, he's really not. He's using his long arms and he's tucking his chin behind his shoulder. So he is kind of hard to counter going back. Going forward, countering forward was way more effective for me against Velez. So I adjusted to him fast. I made sure to not let that throw me off my game plan because that's the thing in pro boxing, man. You got to be ready for those adjustments because you never know how it's going to play on the fight. And we made quick adjustments and we made sure to counter going forward and press it to him a little more. That's how we're going to get the job done better. And that goes to show everybody, don't underestimate anybody through tape, because you never know how it is going to be in the ring. It's always different in the ring.
Yeah, most definitely, especially because, and when you put yourself in Velez's shoes, he's like, this is my opportunity to get back up there and get another title shot. You know what I mean? So he probably prepared for you and probably studied you just like you studied him. So great performance, man. Go ahead, Amilcar.
Yeah. Well, first of all, congrats, Gabriel, on the great win. Somebody had mentioned earlier that there were critics out there questioning your punching power, but you obviously displayed that you can knock somebody out. And I think that's actually something that should be expected as you get older and enter into kind of more your mature strength as an athlete. But I want to kind of touch on what G Funky was asking you about earlier. Just for those who that don't know you and your background, you just talk about like when you got into the sport, how you got into the sport, and how you decided to make the transition to pro boxing when you did from amateur boxing.
Yeah, I wanna comment on the first part you're talking about.
Of course, go ahead.
Critics talk about my power. They need to do more research, man. My pro debut, I got a stoppage, and it was a southpaw. It was tricky. I don't see too many people having a pro debut with a southpaw. That's a curveball they threw at me right there, but I handled it well. And the Stockton Arena was about my 12th pro fight. I knocked old boy out, cold. He didn't even get to catch himself on the floor. He was slumped already. He was limp. And I was young, man, learning on the job. I didn't fight in Mexico. I didn't go to TJ for a quick knockout or none of those. I fought here in the States since I was 17, since I turned pro. And I was fighting Nevada and Texas. And Nevada is one of the toughest commissions right there. So it was tough. I was fighting real contenders, real people, not necessarily contenders, but real opponents. And they didn't have no upside down records. So that's why it was a little hard for me to get them out of there. I always had the power, but I was learning on the job, man. I was young, but now I'm getting comfortable. But the switch from amateur to pro, I always had a pro style. Amateur growing up, sometimes I got robbed because I always had a pro style. They wanted me to throw more punches, even though I landed head snapping blows, but I just threw less. Those kids threw more, but they didn't land nearly as much as I landed. So I'd get robbed for that just because the amateur scoring. And I didn't let that change my style. I didn't let that discourage me. And it didn't discourage my father. So we're ready for the pros, but we weren't looking to turn pro. The deal actually came with us with the help of Rick Morrigan. Top Rank was looking at us. And I was only 16. I wasn't even thinking about going pro. But we know we dedicated our life to this. So we knew we were ready. And we got a boxing style. so it's gonna keep me safe, not getting hit, not exchanging. So I knew I could do it just because of my fighting style too. And so we made the change, man. And like I said, I just been learning on the job ever since I was 17, because I was 16 when I got signed. They sat me on the shelf a little bit because, like I said, I didn't want to take that route to fighting TJ and all that. I didn't want to take that route. I didn't want to take no shortcuts. Not saying that other fighters are taking shortcuts doing that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying what was my vision and me and my pops' game plan.
Got it. And when you talk about your style, you speak about it very authoritatively, which I like. I like the confidence. What were your influences in terms of your boxing style, having that kind of a style so young?
Only had one influence, and that was Roy Jones Jr. Growing up, man, I loved Roy. I loved watching him. When I was a kid, I was about 5, probably even younger, man. Years I grew up on boxing. I could watch boxing with my father, but I couldn't watch all 12 rounds. But when Roy came on, I watched every round, and I did not take my eyes off the TV. Roy just was something different. He was special. He looked fluent in there. He looked like whatever he was doing, he was comfortable. No matter what situation he was in, he was comfortable. He looked comfortable, like he was in control. And that's what I really liked. And I liked his flashiness, his showboating. I liked everything about Roy. He's for sure my favorite fighter of all time.
So you like those lead right hands and those lead hooks?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I picked that part of my game. Little pop shots like that.
There you go.
Black and brown. Go ahead.
Hey, Gabe, you don't even like you don't even like you fought on Saturday. What's up, man? You look clean, man.
Yeah, that goes back to Sid, man. Like, I was young and I knew I could turn pro because my fighting style. I knew I was gonna hit and not get hit, you know. But yeah, I'm blessed to walk out there without any harm, anything like that.
Yeah, Gabe, you said a lot of people were doubting your power, right? But for the last few years, I knew your power would come. I knew it was just a matter of time. I picked you to beat Jason Velez in 7th round knockout, right? So when it came in 6, I wasn't surprised. I knew it was coming. I know your power is going to come eventually as you grow and as you get your man strength. But talking about Jason Velez, right? He took Ryan Garcia the distance. He pushed Oscar Valdez to his limits. Tell me a little something about you fighting Ryan Garcia in the Amis.
I never fought Ryan Garcia in the amateurs.
Oh, see, that's a rumor. I wanted to ask you if you fought him or Devin Haney because a lot of people say you did, but I wanted to see if you can clear that up.
Yeah, they're too old. I couldn't get. Sometimes we're in the same weight bracket, but it's just they're too old. Amateur boxing doesn't allow that. You got to remember, I'm only 20, my guy. I'm only 20 years old. And,
a lot of people say that you did fight. Did you fight Sean Garcia in the Amis?
I didn't fight Sean Garcia. I didn't fight Devin Haney. I didn't fight none of those really guys that right now in the pros because I was too young, man. Even though if we're the same weight, we're in a totally different age bracket. And to touch on that part where you said you predict me to get that certain knockout, man, I appreciate that, man. Not a lot of people see that. Not a lot of people got the eyes, but I'm telling you, man, I've been had that power. And I don't really care to bring up what the critics say. If you follow me on Instagram or on my social media and all that, you will notice I don't ever bring up really what the critics say. Because I don't gotta answer it with words. I don't gotta debate it. Because I'm not into politics. I'm not into opinions. I'm into facts. So when I go out there and perform, that's the proof in the pudding. You can't debate my performance. You can't debate that 6th round knockout. So I'm not really big on bringing up what the critics say, but when I get my chance to show you that I was right, I'll do it.
Hey, real quick, before I'll let someone else go, I just want to give you your respect, brother, your credit, because your demeanor is something else, and you make Northern California look so good, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't stop. We got your back. Me and G Funky, we've been rocking with you for the last year. The whole HCP, bro, we got you. Punk Drunks Boxing, bro, we got your back, Gabe. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. We love this shit.
I appreciate you guys, man. Anytime you guys give me a call, I'll pick up. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
That's
most
right.
definitely. Hey, can you tell us some? I do believe you did fight Joseph Adorno in the amateurs, right?
I did fight him.
Talk to us about that. Like, what do you remember about fighting Joseph Adorno?
Man, it was nationals, man, at a big level. I fought him in the junior Olympics for travel to USA team, and I beat him, man. It was just one-sided. It was a great victory. I was a younger kid. It was a big tournament, man. Cause I fought him, and I was the young one in the bracket. And after that, I fought
Right.
Romo Gabriel, and then I got the chance to go overseas. So that was a blessing. And then I fought him again in the Junior Olympics, and he got that one, but it was one-sided. I won. Him and his father came up to me and told him they admitted that I won that fight, and they didn't have no control over the judges and all that, and I respected that, because they're not judging the fight; they're there to fight,
Okay.
So after that fight, they admitted that they thought I won. A few people from the Philadelphia area did. So the amateurs were a great experience, man. But that's how that went down.
All right. Now, as far as the, because I know one thing you're emphasizing is that you do got the power. Why do you think people have those doubts? Like, do you think they just look at the numbers and they say, "Well, he's not knocking every opponent out"? So,
Yeah. Well,
what do you think it is?
I'm not necessarily saying that I showed it. I showed it last Saturday.
True.
But I was a young kid, man. They see that because obviously the record that you guys got right there, 20-0 with 7 KOs. They're like 7 KOs. You ain't got no knockout power. You only got 7 KOs. But like I said on TV on the interview after ESPN, I was a kid, man. I was young, and I'm still a kid. I was young, learning on the job, and I was finding people with no upside down records. Look at these boys with a lot of knockouts. I want to see their records. You know what I'm saying? Who their opposition probably got upside down records. The chances are, and the chances are they fought in TJ, or the chances are they started pro older than me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not making no excuses. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, and I'm gonna take all the heat when it comes. I listen, I hear the critics, but at the end of the day, I know what I'm doing, and my time will tell. Time will tell every story.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to ask you a question about another fighter from the region. Have you done any sparring or any training with Xavier Martinez, who's from Sacramento?
I haven't.
Okay. Yeah, he's another guy who had a fight. I think he's in your division as well, 130. He had a fight back in the fall. But yeah, we've been keeping an eye on all the guys up here, man. We've had Ruben Villa as well. I don't know if you have any experience with him either, but we had him on. But, we got a lot of good fighters, man.
Me and Ruben used to spar a lot. We used to spar a lot. Amateurs. I've been on Ruben since I was young, man. Since the amateurs. We were the only ones in the amateurs from Northern Cali really winning. We're the only ones winning best outstanding boxers trophies and all that, man. So we got throwbacks together. I was really cheering for Ruben in his world title fight, man. I was right there, tuned in before the first round, man. I was really hoping he was gonna win and beat Navarrete, but he is a better fighter than Navarrete. I'm gonna put that on record. That's what I believe. Just sometimes it's just you can't really explain what happened. This is boxing, but I believe Ruben will be back, and I believe he could win a world title still.
Hey, he fought his ass off that night.
It's experience. It's experience, man. He learned. I think he learned from that, and from the next time he'll be even more ready.
Yeah, Ruben was a highly looked at amateur, so that's probably some good experience that you got from him.
Yeah.
I have a question from the chat. Somebody who was actually from Stockton wants to know, in your opinion, what is the best taco spot in the 209?
Oh man, we got fire ass taco joints right there in Stockton. We got fire ass taco trucks, but my favorite taco truck, I'm gonna go with truck, not exactly just a taco, but their tacos are fire too. It's called La Cora. They got 2 trucks. The one by my gym was La Cora 2. Fire, bro. So that was my favorite, man. Hot Cheeto burritos, hot Cheeto tacos. Sounds a little weird, but they were flame, man. Oh my god.
That's like a trip to the restroom right there.
Hey, and you know what? Good meat. It's not even like that. A trip to a restroom, like you feel good, you feel full, you feel nice, but it don't give you that nasty feeling. You feel like you ate real premium good food right there. So
okay,
they owe me a check for shouting them out right now. But yeah.
I'm gonna check them out.
That's why I moved to Vegas to stay away from those tacos during camp.
But then we got steakhouses out here and all that, so it's hard, man. I'm at steakhouses all the time. I was at a steakhouse last night, so when I'm off my diet, I for sure jump in, man. So it's hard no matter where I'm at.
Now, now I got a place to go if I go check you out. If you come back and fight in Stockton, man, now I got a place to eat.
Yeah, and there's many restaurants. I'll tell you offline. I ain't getting no free shout out, so there's only one. I'll let that one slide. But
Right,
you
right.
can hit me up, man. I'll tell you where to go.
I was
Now,
just
now
about
we saw some people. Some people are asking who do you want to fight next, but I feel like you already answered that live on ESPN after the fight. The winner, Frampton, Herring. If you had to pick, man, who would you rather fight out of those two?
It don't matter, man. I'm ready for wherever you give me a name and you give me time to get ready from. It's a wrap. This is my life. I'm doing this all day, every day. People say things, and they just say it because it came to mind. I say I mean it. I live this. This is me every day, all day, 24/7. If I'm not training, I'm thinking about boxing. I'm training my mind. Anybody can have anything better than me, stronger than me, faster than me, anything. But one thing, my mind is stronger. And if my mind's stronger than you, that's all I need, and I'll win. Because I know how to win. That will help me win.
I will say this, Gabe. I think people forget that you're only 20 because of your demeanor and because you've been fighting on ESPN, the last 2 years. So we've already been seeing you a lot. So that's why people forget that you're only 20 years old, man. And when you get in that ring, you don't fight like a 20-year-old. So I think people forget. Gabe, let me ask you something, Gabe. I'm from Sacramento, right?
Okay.
Can you tell us and tell the people how hard it is to stay focused and being a professional athlete, growing up in a town like Sacramento, a town like Stockton, which is virtually like almost like a gangland. You know what I mean? Like you walk out, it's fucking hard, bro, to stay away from that shit. When you're born into it, you walk outside and it's right there in front of your face.
It's hard when you're raised in Northern California, like place like that, very hard. Like I said, the odds are stacked against you. But even more when you're born into it. That's what you just said right now. When you're born into it, because, man, I was born into that, my guy. Like, that's what was all surrounding me. And it made it even 10 times harder, 100 times harder, not 10, 100 times. It makes it that much tougher. That's why I said the odds are stacked against us even more out here, man, because there's distractions everywhere, from gangs, from drugs, to the ladies. I could go on and on. The distractions are limitless, but that's why you got to keep your eyes on the prize, the big picture. You got to sacrifice. I made so many sacrifices to be where I'm at. People don't even know what I sacrificed to be where I'm at. So much. That's why I like to go to schools, man. I've done a few assemblies already, multiple assemblies at schools to talk to the kids and let them know to have a future game plan, man, and stick to it. Because growing up over there, man, where we from right there, you had to have a game plan young. Because if you don't have a game plan young, you probably already ruined a lot of opportunities for yourself, man. It sucks to say that, but it is true, man. If you don't have a game plan young, you're just ready to get in trouble because you're not living for anything. You're just living.
Right.
Yeah, man. Can I just give you a salute to your pops real quick, brother? Because I've never met you or your pops, but just from what we see on TV, your pops looks like he's doing a fucking outstanding job, bro. And I can relate. When I see your dad on TV, I can relate, bro. I feel like I'm looking at family. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I know what these dudes go through. I know where they're coming from. So salute to your pops, man. I just want to get that out there, man. Nothing but love and respect right here, man.
Appreciate that, man. Pops would love to hear that. I'll let him know. Because Pops does a lot of work. People don't even know how hard Pop works. Pop is working all day, every day, 24/7. He's a boxing fanatic. So Pops is always on the job. Pops is the hardest worker in the team. So appreciate that.
No problem, brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the King of Stockton on. Just a couple more questions, man. Now, it says on BoxRec you're 5'9", but you look a little taller. Are you 5'9" or a little taller?
I'm 5'9", man. I hope I'm growing, though. People be telling me I've been getting taller, so I hope I'm growing.
Okay, all right. Now, that is, you have the height and especially as a man's strength comes in and as you just naturally grow. How long can you make this weight?
I don't know. We're going to tell day by day, man. I feel like I could make it for a while, though, right now. But you never know, man, because I could grow overnight. You just don't know. I'm hoping for a while, though.
Okay, because one thing I remember is I watched it on the replay because I watched the ESPN card live, but I was watching the Showtime on the replay, and one thing they showed was Broner, De La Hoya, and Mayweather, and Pacquiao, the only guys to win bouts from 130 to 147. Do you envision that in your future, like being in the list of those names?
I envision more.
Okay.
I envision more than just that. I envision to go to 154 and win world titles right there. Hopefully higher, man, if I can, if my body allows me to. God willing, man.
Oh, hey, there you go. Multi.
It's a marathon. It's a marathon, not a sprint, my guy. We're gonna be here for a long time, and we're gonna make sure of it.
Awesome. All right. Amilcar, you have any other questions?
Well, the only other thing I was going to ask is whether or not you have plans to kind of establish yourself at the Stockton Arena, kind of the way Crawford did in Omaha or Jose Ramirez did in Central California.
Yeah, I already fought there once, sorted out. I'd like to fight it there again, but I feel like I'm only gonna fight there one more time. Then I'm gonna move to like Golden One Center or somewhere like something like that, or in the Bay, the Chase, the new stadium right there, something bigger, more crowds. I sold it out the very first time I fought there. There's a lot more people that want to tune into the fight, man. A lot more Northern California fans that want to be there and tune in and just feel the atmosphere, because the atmosphere is crazy. If you watch that fight, that Stockton Arena fight, listen to the commentators what they said after the fight. They said that they just visited MGM Grand. They just visited Madison Square Garden, and Stockton Arena was louder, and they have way more people than us. And the big room at Madison Square Garden, they got way more people, but it don't matter. I got diehard fans, bro. My fans are crazy. Like, they're down. And it was way louder, they said.
We got two of them right here.
Yeah, bro. We are, hey, bro, we're rocking with, we are down, bro, and we're rocking with you, bro. For real. We're on this YouTube fucking rocking with you, bro. We're on this YouTube representing your name, representing Northern California. Me and G Funky. Hey, it's a war zone on this YouTube sometimes, bro.
I can only imagine, man. They don't like to see Northern Cali coming up, man.
Nope.
They don't like to see that.
Right.
Because, you know why? Because it's not coming, man. And we're going to make it coming. I'm right here. I'm working with people, bro, when I come to Stockton, hoping to get better. I'm opening up doors. I open the windows. When I fought in the Stockton Arena, I put fighters on. That was my show. I put fighters on just so Top Rank can see them, and hopefully they do something good and Top Rank like them and sign them. You know, I'm putting them in front of the big stages where they wouldn't get if I wasn't there. So I'm really trying my hardest to help them, you know. And wherever I go, where I represent Stockton, look at like my sweater right now. Bless the city, Stockton, California. It says bless the city. Like, I'm always rocking, always repping us, you know. So I put that on myself to do it because I got a little stage, I got a little, you know, voice going on, and if it gets bigger, my city's gonna get bigger. That's why I see it. When I win, we all win.
Well, we notice it and we appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, don't get us excited, man. You said Golden One Center, man. I'll be waiting, bro. That's just a drive down the street for me.
It's gonna happen.
You know?
It's gonna. Everything I've done, I already envisioned. Everything I've done, I already envisioned it when I was a kid. So don't even worry about it, man. It's gonna happen. It's just when. It's not if, it's when. You know what I'm saying? So we working. That's why I'm working, man. That's why I'm already in the gym. I see all these big goals and I'm chasing them.
I like that. The King of Stockton doesn't dream; he envisions. I like that. You know. Hey, man, I want to thank you for coming on, bro. We appreciate it. Do you have anything, you know, you want to say to the boxing fans out there before we let you go, brother?
I just want to thank you guys for everything you guys do for me. I'm blessed. I'm truly blessed to have you guys. And I appreciate it. I'm going to keep on rocking. You guys rock with me. I'm going to rock with you harder. I appreciate y'all.
That's what it's all about, man. Hope to have you back on in the future. And one day you'll hear that and the new. And we'll love to have you
like
back
I said, you got y'all call, I'll pick up. Just let me know.
There we go.
And, this was a great interview, man. Haven't had a good interview like this, man, in a while. Probably one of the best I had for sure by far. So keep on grinding. Keep on doing everything.
We got your
job over there too.
We got your back, bro. 916 got your back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we just want to let you know that, man. Show us that 209 you got on the chain, though, man. You got that on or what?
Oh, man, right now I just got the boxing gloves right now, but you know I got the Stockton piece at home. But I got the 209 on my sweater, man. You know I always rocking this.
It's had it somewhere.
That's right.
It's somewhere. It's always somewhere on me.
That's right, man.
That's
Good
right.
luck. Good luck.
All right,
man.
brother. Have a good one, man.
Thank you, Gabe. Appreciate it, brother. Keep on going.
We'll do, man. We'll do.
There you go, guys. The King of Stockton, bro. All right. Good kid. You know, I got to be honest with you guys. Like, when you watch this kid fight on TV, you like forget he's 20 years old. Like,
I'm telling you.
Like, what were you doing at age 20? Like, that good.
No, and then look at his demeanor. And look, then hey, no, hold on, D-Style. And look at his demeanor. Look when he starts talking. You're like, this kid's 20?
No,
Yeah.
yeah, that's that. You know what they say, man. You know, sometimes being mature has nothing to do with age. So, and he's a mature kid. I wish him nothing but the best, man. Shout out to everybody listening to us on the Leave It in the Ring Network. And of course, and Amilcar was there. You know, they had Team Valdez, man, the manager, you know, Espinosa on. Make sure you guys check that out. You could check it out on the Leave It in the Ring channel as well. And for those listening on iHeart, Pandora, Apple Podcasts, and by the way, those on Apple Podcasts, give us those 5 stars. I mean, you already have an iPhone. Might as well do something good with the iPhone. I mean, you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? What else you can do with an iPhone? You know? Just saying. And for those asking, look at this. And for those listening on the podcast form,
Man.
you're just going to have to come to DStyleBoxing, the channel, to check it out. That's all I'm going to say.
Bro.
All right?
Let me tell you guys something.
fine.
It's a damn shame that delicious looking pie there is gonna have to be wasted, but hey, a bet's a bet.
Man, I have a feeling like I'm gonna lose internet connection or something like that. I don't know. I just have that feeling, like you know what I mean, like
You've been doing me dirty, man.
Like I think I'm losing internet, guys. That's playing. You know, I gotta be a man of my word, bro. I gotta be a man of my word. I'm gonna take that proudly for Berchelt. I'm gonna do it for Berchelt. All right, that's right.
I told you,
Maestro.
He needs something. He needs something right about now.
Yeah,
Hey, I told you, D-Star, you're gonna be like Richie's brother at the end of the movie. You're like, Berchelt.
Hey, you gotta do it. You're gonna do it. You might as well go all the way with it. You know what I mean? Hey, let's check it out. Talk to us, Maestro. First of all, tell everybody where they can find you on YouTube. Number one, but second,
Right.
talk to us about your feelings during the fight, man. The fight. This last.
I mean, first of all, get to my YouTube. I mean, I've been pissed off at YouTube. YouTube's been suppressing my numbers. They've been hiding my videos. My subs are down. YouTube's blocking me like crazy. G Funky knows this, but I had a whole video out there. Did a whole series last week on the fight, and I had a bunch of videos up where I was actually showing Floyd against Haddon, and essentially how Valdez was about to do the same thing to Berchelt. You know, have him walking into that left hook, little check hook, knocking him down, but YouTube suppressed all that, and the only thing that was out there left on YouTube were my predictions of Berchelt winning. So all of the videos I did, you know, I had my little graphs out there. I was doing it like the whole sports science thing, showing how Valdez would knock out Berchelt.
I know you said something like right before the bell. He's gonna get him or something like that.
I was comparing him to a Floyd knocking out Haddon with the check hook. I had like a top 10 of check hooks leading to knockouts, and was pretty much saying that Valdez would be right up there. But
Call him out, G Funky. Don't let him do this.
YouTube suppressing it. They're suppressing my subs. They're hiding my content. I need you guys' help. You can check me out, Maestro. I'll type it in, just like my name. Type in boxing. You'll see me, subscribe and all that. Nah, but in all seriousness, I had Berchelt winning the fight. The first round, I actually thought he was doing okay. I had hoped that he was going to kind of up his defense, would be showing some head movement. He was feinting a bit in the first round. I had always thought that he would have needed to kind of implement a half step back, 2 steps back after throwing 1 or 2 shots and then coming back again. He didn't do that. It was the type of thing that Marquez did in his prime under Bettistain. He wasn't able to do that. By the end of the first round, the feints had stopped. All semblance of defense had stopped. He was going in, hands down, eating shots. It became apparent to me by the end of the second round that I was just happy I didn't put up a pie or put up the beard, because I was actually going to risk my beard on that fight before I decided not to. And yeah, I mean, all credit to Valdez. I didn't think he'd carry his power up to 130. He did. I didn't think he'd knock out Berchelt. He did. I thought that he might catch him with a few left hooks. He caught him with more than a few left hooks. And D-Style, we spoke about this the day after the fight. I thought that his team was going to at least make a better effort at preparing him to defend the left hook, kind of the way that Luke Campbell had going into the Garcia fight. Entire Garcia fight, he had his hand up. Mm-hmm. He was circling away from the left hook. He only got caught with the left hook to the body because he had lost his legs at that point in the fight and was defending the left hook to the head so much that he forgot about the body. Garcia finished him. I saw none of that in this fight. I saw a guy who didn't respect Valdez's power, who clearly hadn't been training to defend the left hook to the head, and who made G Funky here look like a Nostradamus. I didn't know that the G in G Funky stood for God, as in like God level knowledge of boxing. Just saying.
Whoa. I don't know about all that now.
Hey, I was wrong. G Funky's right. I'm gonna give
I'm not gonna call him a god, but all right, Bill Carr.
Nostradamus level. Okay. He's all seen, he's all knowing, he knows what's going on in the sport. Yep, and he got it right. People are saying that Berchelt should move up to 135. I think that's a really bad move. He's not going to have the height advantages, the strength advantages, the size advantages. He's just going to be more filled out, just as slow, just as the kind of defense he currently has, facing off against bigger guys that can punch harder. So it's tough. I don't really know where he goes from here, but I think he needs a new training staff, because what he needed on Saturday was what a pretty boy out there in England got with Adam Booth throwing in the towel early enough and saving him. I thought his training staff let him go way too long. He needed some of that Josh Kelly towel throwing in earlier in that fight, because I'm telling you right now, he may not recover from that beating that Valdez put on him on Saturday. So I'm just going to leave it at that.
Look, guys, first of all, I'm surprised that Black and Brown, Maestro, G-Funky haven't spoken about the obvious, because when I was watching the fight, right, first of all, I didn't see when they taped Valdez's hands. I didn't see it. Did you guys see it? I didn't see it. I wasn't there. Were you there? Did you feel it yourself? I wasn't there.
This Caldo gate?
How do I know, Valdez, that there was nothing, no monkey business with the wraps? How do I know that? How do I know? Because let me tell you something. You know, where this power, like, he didn't have this power since he moved up. All of a sudden,
Good point.
He has this power all of a sudden, like one punch power. There was obviously an egg weight in the glove, obviously. And as I'm watching the fight, right? And I'm not being a sore loser, guys. I'm just telling you what I saw. I'm just keeping it real. You know what I mean? So I'm watching the fight, right? I'm watching the fight. And like Valdez like comes out first, and then Berchelt comes out to some like Hispanic rap, right? Totally out of his element, threw him off. You know what I mean? But you know what I saw, man? He got in the ring, and I sat on this. I sat on this information. Okay, I sat on it. And I was like, I looked at him. He was sweaty, and he didn't look right. I was like, they got him. They got him. Because they want to push Reynoso. They want to push the Canelo team. You know what I mean? Like there's some Mexican cartel ties over here, okay? And Berchelt once said that he doesn't like the cartel. So I'm putting connections here, right? Wasn't a rumor that Canelo was dating some chick from the cartel? Right? I'm speaking facts here. I'm speaking facts.
This is actually starting to make sense.
Yes.
Goddamn,
I'm like Sylvester right now. There we go. But I'm speaking facts. He obviously cheated. I'm just saying. I just want the rematch. That's all. I just want to make sure that they check the gloves, they check the wraps, and I don't know. They did something to the caldo. Obviously, they did something to the peaches.
The elote. Apparently, he ate some bad peaches too.
Well, now Valdez got to prove that he didn't cheat.
Yeah, he's got to prove that he didn't cheat. Hey, G-Funky, prove to me that he didn't cheat.
Where's the proof, G-Funky?
Well, I'll tell you this, man. You know, I'm a guy who likes to provide proof when I have it. But in this situation, you know, the burden of proof is not on me. I'm not making the accusations. That's you.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. You know what Berchelt needed? Berchelt needed that Juan Manuel Marquez energy drink. You know what I'm talking about?
Courtesy of Memo Heredia.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the piss. Remember drinking his piss?
Oh, the piss. Yeah, I forgot about that.
This is a michelada, by the way. Before somebody's like, "Oh, he stopped drinking his piss." Like, no, okay.
Chill out. It's that bad in Texas, huh?
Boxing, guys. This is a new phenomenon. I call it the placebo effect. It's for all the pussies that can't take a loss, and need some kind of a pill to take to explain it, whether it's glove gate or now Caldo gate. I'll be talking about the placebo effect tomorrow. So
let me that sounds like quite a thing. But anyway, so some of these dudes need to take out their placebo, whatever that is. Anyway, all right. In all seriousness, guys, in all seriousness, great performance by Valdez. I mean, I have really no complaints about how Valdez fought. In all seriousness, look, I knew the fight was over after the 4th round. I knew it was over. I heard Dave earlier say it reminded him of Margarito Cotto. I don't know, man. It didn't remind me of that at all, actually. Never once did I say to myself, oh, Berchelt's really going to come back. Was I hoping he came back? Of course. You know what I mean? Was I hoping he landed something, some haymaker, some miracle haymaker? Of course I was, right? But he went down, and I got to be honest, man. The ref could have totally not broken it up because it was the right call because, you know, the only thing holding him up were the ropes, right? So I'm not complaining about the call. But 2-3 more punches right there, maybe just one, and it's a wrap. Like I'm just saying, I'm just telling you, right? It's a wrap. Like there is no. It looks like Morrison Mercer all over again. It looks like Corrales Castillo at the end of that fight if the ref doesn't step in. So he almost bailed him out, and I felt like. And I hear what you say, Chief Funk. He's giving the benefit of the doubt because he's the champion, but it was a little long, you know. Like, and then Valdez went back to the corner, man. I mean, Berchelt. Now, if I knew it was over then, I really knew it was over when he went back to the corner and he said, "Ay, ya valió verga." He said, "Ya valió verga," meaning like that's it. I ain't gonna win.
It's fucked.
But he went out in his shield though, and you got to respect that. You know what I mean? Like he went out in his shield. He knew my only shot right now is to knock this motherfucker. That's my only shot.
Yeah.
Right? A couple of things Valdez did. Couple of things. The first thing, as frustrating as it was to watch, he was doing a good job holding Berchelt every time Berchelt got him against the ropes. And sometimes he would turn him, right? Sometimes he would just let him go himself, or he would sometimes wait for the ref to break it up. And Berchelt doing this and looking at the ref is problematic, and he needs to fix that. You got to learn what to do when somebody holds you like that. Do I wish that the Berchelt's corner said something to the ref, like, "Hey, the holding," to at least keep it, you know, give them attention about it? Yes, but they didn't, right? But I think it was a great game plan. All that effort Berchelt was putting in to finally get him where he wants him, and then boom, you hold him, and then you reset, and then you got to do it all over again. You only got 3 minutes, bro, and you're getting peppered while you're doing it. Like you know, it's what's happening. Point blank. Valdez proved he was the better boxer, and he proved that he's just a notch above. I'm hearing a lot about weight drain and all that. I don't think that had anything to do with it, personally. Berchelt's always been a big 130-pounder, always. That's one of his advantages. So I'm not going to turn one of his advantages into a reason why he lost, right? He signed a contract, he honored it, and he made 130 pounds, and we have to assess it for what it is. And I've always given credit to the winner for what the winner did. I don't make it about what the loser didn't do, because obviously the loser lost because he made mistakes. That's true in every fight, all right? So that's all I want to say about that. And one more thing. I was very impressed with, I feel like finally, whatever Reynoso was trying to accomplish with Valdez, it finally clicked. It clicked now, you know. And you guys could go back, man. He would stay way too long in the pocket in other fights, way too long. All right. And I felt that would play a factor in this fight. But this time, he was nowhere to be found. He was like the road runner, you know, like boom, boom, meep, meep. And he would just move out of the way. Valdez would be missing his shit. Berchelt. So he played the road runner when necessary. And you know, and he two-stepped him. He used angles very well. And one guy that said it very well was Adrien Ward. He boxed when he needed to, and he fought when he needed to. Like when he had to stand his ground, right, and grind that mouth guard and go at it with Berchelt, he did it. So I got to give him props for that, man. He did a great job. not staying in the pocket, not admiring his work. And I saw an interview that he did with DAZN before the fight, saying that is something that he had a talk with Canelo, and apparently Canelo talked him out of it. I don't know about that, but hey, I wish I would have known. I wish I would have known Canelo told him that.
Talked him out of what? Sorry, D-Style?
Staying in the pocket too long.
Okay. I mean, I knew that the fight was definitively over and wasn't going to change once I saw him switching stances effortlessly and just pot-shotting him with the left and the right. Yeah. I mean, at that point, it just became a total ass whooping / schooling. And yeah, he was definitely fighting on a different level.
He was.
Can I just say this, man? I want to say this. I see some people in the chat saying, G-Funk, you need to apologize to Reynoso and all this other stuff for saying he was overrated. Look, here's the thing. I think you guys kind of misunderstand what that word actually means when someone says that they're overrated. It doesn't mean that he's not good. It just means that people think that he's better than what he actually is, Now, does this move him forward as a trainer? Because, at this point, all we really had was Canelo. He had a good win with Ryan Garcia. This one here brings him another step closer. So, yeah, I gave him some credit on my show. I went live after the fight, and I said, hey, man, I got to give Reynoso some credit for the game plan. But these were things that I seen Valdez doing in spots in fights. And that's why I was saying those things when we were on HCP last week and also on Uncensored. I was telling you that, he can move, he can pivot, he can slip shots, and his upper body movement is good. And, I was laughed at. For that, and that's cool. That's all good. It just made the victory that much sweeter when I seen him in there dodging 3-4 punch combinations with Berchelt, spinning out of the way, pot shotting him from the outside. it was just beautiful, man. But, I did give Reynoso some credit. So, I think you guys might have missed the video, so go ahead and check that out. But I want to say, just because I say he's overrated, I'm not saying he sucks. It just means that a lot, people think he's better than what he really is, and he's starting to prove himself now. And I'm very, very curious to see how Andy Ruiz looks in his next fight. Yeah.
Well, let's not forget that he also has Julio Cesar Martinez, who I think is a really good boxer as well that he's worked with. But yeah. I have my views on people that are overrated as well, beginning with Triple G, but I won't get into that tonight.
All right.
Can I jump in? Can I jump in really quick about Reynoso? There's things that his fighters are starting to do, have similarities, and they're like starting to be the signature moves coming out that gym. The efficiency, the accuracy from the hooks, the defense, all his fighters are starting to exhibit the same traits. And as time goes on, Ryan Garcia is already starting to exhibit those traits. Frank Sanchez already exhibits those traits. So more and more time goes on, you're going to start seeing more and more fighters exhibit his traits, and it's just almost like a fingerprint he's putting on the sport. So this is just the beginning. Like G Funky said, he had Canelo, and that was it. And now he got Ryan Garcia. He got Julio Cesar Martinez, Frank Sanchez. So his squad is growing, and his fighters are starting to perform.
Well, that was my next question. As far as Reynoso, what does this mean for Reynoso? I think he's already the front runner for Trainer of the Year. At this point, we know Canelo's going to have a monster year. Valdez just got this big win. Who knows what else Ryan Garcia is going to do? He already Neri is gone, but I think that has more to do with Neri not being focused. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I agree with that.
What do you think, Maestro? Talk to us.
I think you're right, and we're going to see it pretty soon as well, because the Arroyo fight with Martinez is going to be a good one, and if he pulls away a really solid win against a guy who went the distance with Chocolatito, with Ioka, with a bunch of top fighters, if he pulls out a knockout in that fight, that's going to be a tremendous feather in the cap for Reynoso.
Yeah. You think he's going to win Trainer of the Year in Milcar?
If he keeps going the way it's going right now, I think he's already established a big distance in front of everybody else, and I don't see that distance narrowing. I see that distance widening. So, yeah, early candidate for Trainer of the Year for sure, especially after Saturday night.
All right. And now again, I know, guys, it's only February, but you know, just ask.
If Canelo cleans out 168, right? In addition to what's already happened, because that's their plan for Canelo. That's trainer of the year.
Right. There we go.
Not to mention whenever
Ryan Garcia.
Not to mention whatever Ryan Garcia is going to do, whatever Frank Sanchez does, whatever Andy Ruiz does. I mean, his roster is just full of talent. So I don't see how anybody catches him.
Well, there you go. Chief Funky, in your opinion, do you think he's the front runner for trainer of the year right now, or the favorite to be the trainer of the year?
Well, he's like we say in track and field, you know, he's came out of the blocks very, very strong with Ryan Garcia, and then now this big upset with Oscar Valdez. You know, Canelo's going to have, like you said, he's going to have a year, man. He's going to fight. He's going to get rid of Yildirim this Saturday. We already know that. And then he's going to move on to Billy Joe Saunders. Now, in my opinion, I don't think Canelo gets undisputed by the end of this year, and I don't think it's going to be his fault. I think it's just going to be negotiations with the PBC and plan. I have a feeling, man. I don't have a lot of faith in that deal being done soon, but I do hope it happens, because you guys all know that I'm a big supporter of guys that go for undisputed. So I do want it to happen. I'm just not going to get my hopes up because of the PBC thing, you know. But if Canelo does happen to get Billy Joe Saunders and Caleb Plant this year, then it's a lock at that point. You know, Derek James could make a run at him. You know, he's got he could have a fight for undisputed himself with Jermell Charlo. I'm sorry, and Cassiano, and he also has Earl Spence. So you know, we haven't really heard much what Earl Spence is going to do this year, but you know, if he happens to win another belt and then Charlo becomes undisputed, you know, he could be right up there too, neck and neck. So, but as of right now, Reynoso has come hot out of the blocks for sure.
Yeah, Reynoso is doing his thing, man. I mean, I got to tell you. And the one criticism I always said was, by the looks, like, it just looked like these guys had an issue trying to figure out, like, what they want to do, like maybe old habits and with what they're being told from, you know, Reynoso. But, you know, sometimes when there is a change like that, and one of them is Vladimir Klitschko, and I know you like him, Chief Funky, but when he first started working with Emmanuel Stewart, the first fight he lost, you know, he got stopped in the first fight, but they stuck at it. He believed in what Emmanuel wanted to accomplish with him. And it was a rocky road at first, got knocked down several times by Samuel Peter, but, you know, he kept going and eventually got to a point where maybe, unfortunately for us, you know, he was doing his thing and dominating, but it was the Emmanuel Stewart way that, you know, utilize the jab, throw the right hand and lean on him, hold him, you know, but it took time to wire Klitschko to that. And maybe that's what it is. It's just rewiring these guys, and it's taking several fights to finally get it clicking and get it right. But once you get it right, then hey, you can do it. You know what I mean? Now we'll have Senior on a little bit, guys. Just FYI. Any minute now, he should be jumping on. It's you, you got a chance to check out that Adrien Broner fight?
You know, I actually did watch it. But as you can imagine, coming off of that high of predicting Valdez to beat Berchelt the way that he did, Saturday night was a pretty fun night for me. I won some good money. You know, had a couple bets with some guys here on YouTube. Dropped some money through the bookie. And DStyle's going to take a pie to the face. So, I mean, yeah, I had a big weekend. It took me till about Sunday night to finally catch up on the AB fight. And it was not a good fight, man. Got to be honest with you. It did terrible ratings, which I kind of expected. Doing counter programming against ESPN at Top Rank, I just think that was just silly to do that. They shouldn't be doing that anyway, regardless of who it is. But AB looked like the old AB, you know, like the old cliche goes with him. If he only let his hands go, well, he didn't let his hands go again, and he got hit plenty. And in my opinion, he got a gift decision, man. He got a damn gift decision, and it's just flat out dumpster juice is what it is. And Adrien Broner, in my opinion, he's in Chavez Jr. territory now, man. Guy can't make weight no more. You know, they always come up with excuses for him, and now he's getting gift decisions on top of that. So yeah, dumpster juice AB, man. I don't want to see this guy anymore, man. I just don't think his heart is in it anymore. I think he's just here to collect checks. I don't think he's here to make money. You know, to win fights. You know, there's a difference. You know, obviously everybody gets paid to fight, whether you win or lose. But what I'm saying is that drive, that determination to actually win the fight, you know, and to build your legacy. I don't think he's interested in that anymore. I think he just wants to get paid, and that's it, man.
Yeah,
I agree.
Milko, how do you feel about that Adrien Broner fight, man?
No, estoy de acuerdo con G-Funky. I'm 100% in agreement with him, man. It was a trash fight. He got a gift decision. He didn't throw punches. We knew he wasn't going to. But I said this earlier. I mean, you can see a guy winning rounds when he throws less punches if he's landing like seriously impactful, powerful shots, the kind that get you out of your seat or get you to react. That didn't happen once in that fight Saturday. I wouldn't even say that he was the more accurate guy. He was just the slower guy that threw less punches. And he also has, I'd actually say it's worse than Chavez Jr. You know, there's something kind of endearing about Chavez Jr. To me, at least. I'll tell you why. Look, at the end of the day, I'm not going to hate the dude because he smokes weed or you know, wants to train in his briefs in a hotel or a rented mansion that he's turned into
or he likes to walk around in stilettos.
Yeah, whatever it is that he wants to do.
How about Freddie Roach is waiting for him?
Okay,
and he didn't show up.
So hear me out though, D-Style. I don't ever remember Chavez Jr. Doing the kind of thing shit, what the fuck is wrong with me? Adrien Broner, does after losing fights, whether it's the Pacquiao fight, where he's like creating all type of excuses and like there's this conspiracy against him, or like what he did this past Saturday, where he was complaining to post-fight about, you know, the Steve Farhood's card and fuck him and fuck Twitter and fuck everybody else and everybody hates AB. Like, look, I saw Chavez as almost a sad character, a guy who didn't have his father with him during his childhood and who essentially was trying to live that out as a grown man to get his father's attention. I never really saw him being mean to people. I never saw him making these kind of excuses after fights. Yeah, there was the thing in the Mexican hospital or whatever, where he's like showing pictures of himself injured, but nothing like what Adrien Broner's been doing. So, you know, yeah, and the other thing too, like I said about endearing, that 12th round, watch that 12th round against Martinez, right, where he was really going for it after like literally being battered for 11 straight rounds and almost pulled out a win. It was exciting shit. I haven't seen that from Adrien Broner pretty much ever, and definitely not in the last few years. So, yeah, Chavez Jr. gets a lot of heat and hate, but it's next level when it comes to AB. Maybe it's because he's about billions.
He's about Big Macs. Black and Brown, man, what are your thoughts on your boy and everybody's boy, AB?
Bro, honestly, I wish I loved boxing that much, but I just don't. And I don't give a crap about AB. The whole Showtime, right? I hate to bash networks. I don't want to be that guy, but Showtime I'm just cool off Showtime, brother. They don't do it for me. They robbed Jackson Marinez. You know, who knows what they got going on with AB now. I can't do Showtime no more, man. And I don't want to be the guy bashing networks because I think that shit is ugly. But Showtime does nothing for me. I can't keep Showtime for boxing, you know, because I keep Showtime as a subscription just for strictly boxing, and I'm just done, man. They don't give me enough. Let me say this: I don't know if PBC is involved or whoever's involved, Showtime, right? But them putting any type of money into Adrien Broner is ridiculous when they got Jerome Boots and is sitting there with no promotion. It's fucking ridiculous to me. Why would you still invest any type of money in Adrien Broner when you know he's just trying to get money out the sport of boxing? He doesn't respect the game. Don't respect the sport no more. Invest into Jerome Boots Ennis And if they're not going to do that, man, I can't even watch Showtime no more, man. I'm fucking done with Showtime. Sorry for ranting on your channel, D-Style. I apologize.
Who cares? I mean, it's $1 billion corporation. I could give a fuck if I hurt their feelings or you hurt their
There
feelings.
you go. Thank you. Thank you.
No, D-Style got the Showtime.
They're putting out a trash-ass product. By the way, I subscribe to that shit and I'm paying for it monthly. So,
yeah.
And I'm not paying to see Brian Custer slobbing the knob of these fighters that he's like at the end of interviews. I mean, they're trashing his colleagues, and he's just sitting there like, yeah, Steve Farhood does kind of suck. Yeah, you do have make a lot of sense, AB. I mean, that's the body language. That's what he was projecting. I just think it was terrible.
Yeah. Oh, you're on mute, D-Style.
You're on mute. Yeah, and then Adrien Broner not coming in, not making weight just shows even more so that he's not taking it serious. He's just there for a payday, trying to put on a clown show and see how many guys he can come get to pay and watch them fight. So I'm not into it, man.
Hey, by the way, shout out to the Leave It in the Ring Network. And let me tell you something, right? I used to have a job, and we would work with Showtime, so they give us these hoodies, but I don't work there anymore, so it's whatever, you know what I mean? Okay, but I got the hoodie, though, you know what I mean? Check it out. Hey.
It's a nice hoodie. Nice hoodie. They got some good shows.
The show. They're going to be like, man, we gave this dude that hoodie. And look, he don't defend us, you know? Hey, no Paul. Yeah. Shout out, no Paul Boxianos. I appreciate, the support, brother. Most definitely. Shout out to Tracy Girl, I Buy Houses, the boxing historian. We got H Money on here. We got Puerto Rican Rum, Chicano Problem. We got two big moments still coming. Of course, yes, and it's right here. Okay, all right. The pie is right here. This is the moment a lot of y'all have been waiting for. You know what I mean? Like me, my friends and my enemies can't wait for this one. They're like, oh, I can't wait for this shit. Oh, this is gonna be good. You know what I mean? So hey, this is the moment y'all been waiting for. You know what I mean? Smash the like button. Like I'm gonna smash this pie in my face. You know what I mean? I just do it like that. I'm just saying. And it's free. I don't know if you guys know that, So hashtag HCP, that's right. That's for being here. H Money, Tracy Girl LT. All right. Network gate is real, bro. He says Tony Boswell on here. Sonteo Media, subscribe to Sonteo Media. Great content. Great interviews, and especially when this pandemic's over, man, Sonteo's going to be on fire, bro. I'm letting you guys know right now. All right. Let's see if we could do something here really quick. Chief Funky, give us any other thoughts from any other fights of the weekend. Anything that stood out to you, besides what we already talked about.
Well,
besides the fight that you got right, yes, Chief Funky, you called it right in the money, Chief Funky. All right. But besides that one, talk to us.
Well, we did get the young kid, Gabe Flores, on, which I was impressed with him. But I want to say this in all seriousness. It's time for Dominic Brazil to call it a career. No disrespect to Wallin, who fought him and won the fight. But that guy, he's just not a fighter to me, man. He gets hit way too easy. He just does not look like a fighter to me, man. I'm sorry. And the more as the years go on, and the more and more I see him, like he's digressed more than anything. He did not look good at all in that fight. I didn't expect him to win, but man, it's just I think it's time to hang him up, man. For his own safety. I don't know if he's got any kind of plans in the future. But it's time for him to hang it up, I think, man, before we see the long-term effects start to kick into boxing, because he's been knocked out brutally, more than one occasion. He takes a lot of shots, man. But I also want to talk about the young kid who we had on the show last month, Xander Zayas. Got some good rounds in, some good experience in with another young and tough Philadelphia fighter. I felt like he won every round, and I was happy with the performance. I'm glad he got the W. Young kid, only 18, and I like the fact that the kid finishes his combinations with shots to the body, especially that left hook. I'm a big fan of guys that throw left hooks to the body, like Chavez Sr. So, yeah, shout out to Xander Zayas, man. I'm glad he got the job done.
Hey, G Funky, and I tweeted this out, man. What impresses me, and this kid's 18. a lot of these kids are young and they're good, bro. We have a lot of young talent coming guys that have experience and know very few boxers in the past had, right? You have these gyms with Europeans, with Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Midwestern fighters, like in these gyms, all sparring each other, getting to know each other, and they're really, really good. We've had several of them here on the show, and one of them was Xander Zayas, man. And the best way I could describe it is like the kid brings the storm, but he's in the eye of the storm. You know what I mean? Like he's calm. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's cool, calm, collective, and the storm is just around him, man. And he's just punishing his opponents, and kind of like with Gabe Flores, like he didn't get the stoppage, but sometimes when a guy's in the zone and what they're doing is working so easily, there's really no need to change anything. So they just kind of like, you know what? I was gonna cruise this one. I don't got to take any risk, and I'm going to get my easy decision. And that happens a lot early in their careers, man. Hey, Black and Brown, man, what you make of Xander, brother?
I loved exactly what G Funky said. He was finishing all his combinations with hard body shots. He looked great. Elvis looked great. I'm glad we got to see him fight the whole 6 rounds, and they didn't get a first round, second round knockout. Sometimes I like when the young kids give us something to watch, But one fight can I talk about that I watched this weekend?
Yeah. On
the DAZN card, the last dude's name was Marcu. I don't remember his first name.
Florian Marcu.
Yeah, Florian Marcu. I thought he did really good. He looked really good. And when I say he looked really good, all I mean is I would like to see him fight again, and I would like to see him fight a top-level talent. And then Pretty Boy Kelly came up behind him and looked horrible. The Pretty Boy Kelly fight, right? I was a little bit torn in that fight. Kelly looked good early, and then he got cut in the back of the head from an elbow over the, elbow came in over the top, and he came up underneath the elbow and got a bad cut in the back of the head. And right when I seen that cut, right, I seen the amount of blood leaking, and my eyes went straight to the time in the round. I think it was the end of the second round when he got that cut. And I said, that's going to be a problem because of the amount of blood that was gushing out that cut. It's in a bad spot, back of the head, So I noticed, I kept paying attention to that. And sure enough, he slowed down. So in saying that, I'm not making an excuse for Pretty Boy Kelly. I'm not a huge Kelly fan, right? But I would like to at least see that rematch. I would like to at least see Kelly get a rematch before we just write Kelly off. I would like to see him get that rematch. Just because in my mind, in my opinion, I think the cut to the back of the head, which was accidental, right? The cut to the back of the head played a factor in the fight. And if you pay attention to the fight changed after the cut. So that was my thoughts on the Pretty Boy Kelly fight and the Marcu fight. I'm intrigued. I'm interested in watching him fight again. I would love to see him fight Conor Benn. I love what he said after the fight to Conor Benn. I love what he said, and Conor Benn was in the building. I mean, what more can you ask for? He tells him, you don't want to fight me, and you know you're not going to fight me, so why even talk about it? I mean, I love what I seen out that dude, Marcu, so I want to see more of him.
Yeah, most definitely. Like they said, smash that like button. The pie is coming, right? And I did get a message from Theo Sr. For he could come on in a little bit. So he gave me the cue. So waiting for him to come on any moment now. You know what I mean? I guess if he doesn't show up and we run out of time, I guess there's no pie. I don't know. I mean, you know what I mean? Is there a statute of limitation with the pie?
No? It's too soon for that kind of talk.
Puerto Rican Rub says, good body punching by my favorite thing in boxing, which is why I love Chop Jr. and Mike McCallum. All right. That was Poetic D-Style. The Storm says Jose Yepes. Yeah, and he's the eye of the storm. No doubt about that. All right. Tracy Boxer Girl says, listen, hit the like button. LT says, oh, hell no, he says. You know what I mean? Like, what type of pie? Or is it a secret? No, we've been showing the pie. You know what I mean?
The Boston cream pie.
Hey, if I could take it back to the Attitude Era, it's Poontang pie.
I mean, I might just do it right now.
Oh boy!
What?
Oh boy!
What? No, you're gonna have to wait. All right, that's what you got to do, brother.
I see 86 people here, man. Only 44 likes. You want that pie? Let's get those likes up now. Let's go.
Yeah, a lot of you lurking this shit. I've been waiting for DStyle to get this motherfucker. I can wait. You know what I mean? All right, the day has come. Right, the day has come. Pembruno pie. Check my like button. Right, that's what you got to do. Let's see what Herring Frampton has been postponed to April 3rd. They keep postponing it. You know what I mean? Tony Boswell, much respect to the chat. More folks than hit the like button, show support, and he's showing support. That's what I'm talking about right now. All right? There you go. Look at this. Boxer Girl says she wants to lick the whipped cream. You know. Just saying. No, let me just take it now. You know, no, but look. Check it out. Hey, Rod, I'm just waiting for the pie to go to sleep. We gotta wait. Wait. A lot of you motherfuckers, bro. Like, what the hell, bro? Maybe, like, you know what I'm gonna do? Like, once Steel Fumo Senior leaves, I'll just be like, "Well, guys, we're gonna wrap it up," and then people start leaving and shit. You know what I mean? And then like when there's like 10 people on, well, I guess I gotta do the pie, guys. You know what I mean? I'm gonna wait it out, Chief Funky. Can we do that?
I don't know, man. What do you guys think in the chat, man? I want to ask you guys a serious question. Should G-Funk be the nice, humble guy that he is, and should I let D-Style off the hook? Let me guys know in the chat. 1, he takes the pie. 2, I give him a pass. Let me see. Let me see what you guys say. All right.
We got who's the dude that they had Jesus, and who's the other dude?
You mean Judas?
No, not Judas. The other guy, bro.
Yeah, one.
The other dude. I want to offer Black and Brown to the people. You know what I mean? Black and Brown. Everybody didn't want to see him, and maybe he should take the pie. You know what I mean?
As an HCP initiation?
Yeah, something like that. Look at all you. Like, I thought you guys supported these style boxing. Look at these ones. You out of your mind?
Ones.
It's all ones right now.
You guys got the free opportunity to spam the chat.
First of all, that's like $1 billion per boxer girl, and Haplotype, that's 1,111. They said a 1, so that's a no. Isn't that a no? That's not a no.
I haven't seen a single
man.
You
better get the drop cloths, start taping them in the back so you don't dirty your background with pie. You know,
it's obvious that I'm not going to win this one, but Maestro, talk to me, man. Canelo versus Yildirim, okay, from Turkey. Give me a projection. Are you confident to 100% with this one?
Yeah, I'm going to.
By the way, Williams Boxing, I appreciate the support, brother. Thank you very much.
I'm pulling out the 100% very confidently today, D-Style. I'm bringing it back. I'm 0 for 2 on my 100% predictions. I'm trying to get to 500, so I think this is a good start. And I think it's going to go less than 6 or 7 rounds. Yildirim was knocked out pretty badly by Eubank Jr. a few years ago in the World Boxing Super Series. And that was at 168, obviously. Eubank Jr. is not even a natural 168-pounder. He moved up because he wasn't really getting the fights he wanted at 160. And he starts Yildirim. To me, Yildirim is a competent 168-pounder. I've got no problems with Canelo taking on this fight. It was only a couple months ago that he fought Callum Smith, who was the top dog at 168. Canelo's not getting the credit that he deserves for that win now after the fact, because the Canelo haters obviously can never give him credit for all of the good that he does when he does it. He's going to walk through Yildirim, whose most entertaining thing is honestly his manager, Ahmet Olmert, the Turkish German promoter behind Arena Box. And there's a long history with him. You can look it up on YouTube. He's a pretty entertaining guy in his own right. But yeah, he's going to knock him out. It's going to be a spectacular knockout. And he's going to move on to the Saunders fight, which I think is going to be his toughest fight at 168. It's going to be a lot tougher than Caleb Plant. All right. He's going to get through Saunders. It's going to be much tougher. And then he's going to just walk through Caleb Plant, in my opinion, who probably won't even put up as big of a challenge as Yildirim will. Because for what I think about Yildirim, he's a poor man's Arthur Abraham. And he's going to be tough for a while, but he's going to get put out of there. So I think Canelo's gonna take this win. I think it's gonna be exciting, and I think we should all watch and see greatness in its current form, man. In Canelo.
That's right. That's right.
Is-
Hey,
is-
G
is
Funky,
he-
I have a proposition for you, bro. Watch. Double or nothing. I got Canelo. You want to take Yildirim? No?
No, what do I look like, Dwyer? Just go ahead and drop something on the plus 1400. You know, you can't.
Yeah.
No, I'm definitely not going to take Yildirim, man. And I don't know, man. Are we getting prepared for something here? I see you taking off the hoodie.
Maybe.
You know, I mean,
Maybe,
okay,
maybe.
But no, man. There's no way Yildirim's going to win this fight, and I'm picking Canelo by 7th round knockout. I don't think he's going to get him out of there early. I think he wants to kind of give the fans a show, especially during the pandemic. I believe there is going to be fans in attendance, so he's going to want to give them some rounds and stuff like that. But here's what I'll say, man. I want to say to all the people that have been criticizing this fight: is it a good fight? Is it a good matchup? Absolutely not. But the thing is this: like Maestro just said, he just fought 2 months ago. Now, if we look at some of our old favorite fighters from the past, like my favorite fighter when I was a kid was Chavez Sr., right? This guy fought on the regular 4 to 5 times a year. And he wasn't fighting top guy after top guy after top guy. And yet nobody criticized him for that. Because they understood out of the majority of those fights he had in the year, he was going to fight good opponents the majority of the time, and he'd have his little tune-ups in between. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, man. That's a common thing. I mean, we could even go back to like a little bit closer to the present time with Oscar De La Hoya. Did the same thing. He would fight multiple times a year, and he didn't always fight the best guys in the division. He would get his showcase on HBO Championship Boxing, and then he'd have that big pay-per-view fight at some point in the year. So, I mean, let's not forget. These guys forgot that, or they must be new to the sport or something. I don't know, but this is not a normal. How do I say this? This is something that we've seen before in boxing. Not a big deal. He's going to get this guy out of there. And like you say, he's going to get Billy Joe. Hopefully we get Plant. I'm not too confident on that, but hopefully we do.
You know what the thing is, G Funky? You're absolutely right. And this is what I find problematic. It's not abnormal at all. This has happened throughout the history of boxing, especially from the era where guys were fighting much more often. Look at James Toney. James Toney would be on like a premium cable outlet, then he'd be on USA Boxing fighting a guy who's like outside the top 15. But what really bothers me are these motherfuckers that seem to love Caleb Plant and have no problems with Caleb Plant taking on Mike Lee, that is, and Figgin Bunce and Caleb Truax. And guess what? Yildirim's better than all three of those dudes. And this is who Canelo's taking on after just taking on the winner of the World Boxing Super Series a fight ago, 2 months ago. So it's the hate that Canelo gets is absolutely out of this world. It's not commensurate at all with what he's doing in the sport. And I would actually say for the sport, because in many ways, this dude's carrying the sport on its back here on this side of the Atlantic. All right, this side of Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. So look, you cannot be all in favor of Caleb Plant and who he's fought his last 3 fights and then shit on Canelo for fighting Yildirim, who, like I said, would beat Caleb Truax today, would beat Mike Lee today, and I'm sorry, would beat Vincent Feigenbutz today. That's just facts.
Feigenbutz. That's a funny name, but
Wow. All right. Hey, Black and Brown, talk to us, bro. What do you think of, let me ask you a better question. Like Alti says, what round do you think, Yildirim goes a distance, gets knocked out? How do you see it?
Oh, I think Yildirim goes a distance. I think Canelo's going to carry him. Okay, see, I look at this fight realistically, right? But it's not criticism. This is Canelo's choice. He's picking one of his buddies, picking his sparring partner. He's picking somebody he cares about. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. It's Canelo's choice. That's not me criticizing Canelo. That's just what it is. And I appreciate it. I appreciate Canelo performing for us again already 2 months later. I will call this fight for what I see it, but I will never criticize the fight because I'm looking at everything. He's already going to fight in May again. Like, how can we ask for more than this? He's putting on a show for us. People that criticize it, they're just looking for something to criticize. Because if you think about it, he's fighting 3 times in a what 4-month span. It's going to be 4 fights in a 9-month span after May. Like, it's crazy. It's unheard of these days. So I don't see how people can criticize it, even if it is a soft touch. Even if it is, we still get to see Canelo fight. And nobody does that nowadays. Nobody does that no more. So more fighters should do it more often. Give us more performances and some soft touches in like in between your big fights. You know, give the fight fans something to watch. Give your fans something to watch. So as a Canelo fan, I appreciate it. I know what it is. He's helping his buddy out. He needs a soft touch. His buddy, he's been sparring for years, is right there. Hey, brother, you want to fight? Let's do it. Let's fight. I think Canelo's going to carry him. He's going to go all 12.
Well, here's the other thing, too, and this is what I meant by him carrying the sport on its back. Where the fuck is the zone right now if Canelo did not re-up on a fight-by-fight basis or 2-fight or whatever he's decided to do with the zone? Where are they? Where is the zone if he doesn't take that Caleb Plant fight and isn't fighting Yildirim with a plan to fight Billy Joe Saunders? Who's subbing to the zone? What is the zone showing? I mean, the zone is in the Canelo business, and Canelo's carrying that outlet as a premium outlet for boxing on its back. So, and he's doing that by fighting literally 2 months apart. I have no time for the haters that criticize Canelo for what he's doing. I just don't.
You make a good point, though, Maestro, about they're okay with Caleb Plant's opponents, but one of Canelo's opponents is not up to par, and they're roasting them. But like you just said, Yildirim is better than all of Plant's opponents, so it makes no fucking sense. It's just straight hate. That's all it is.
Even the guy he won the title from, which is his best opponent thus far, right? I always have a fucking tough time saying this brother's name. Ustakagi, all right? Yildirim gives him problems. He just does. And he absolutely beats his last 3 opponents. He just does.
Here's what we're going to do. I mean, I did hear from Senior, but he hasn't come on yet. So I'm like, just in case something came up and he can't make it, let's just get this out of the way already. Okay? That's what we're like. Let's just get this shit out of the way. You know what I mean? But and let me just do it quick because the quicker I do it, the better. All right. First of all, this is a bunch of bullshit. That's number one. All right. Had to take off the Hispanic Causing Panic T to do it. But hey, I'm ready, man. It is what it is, and I'm gonna take off my headset for this. Okay, so I'm not gonna be able to hear you guys. I'm not gonna be able to hear you guys, but
just look at the screen. I'll count it down. Look at the screen, and I'll count it down for you.
I'm gonna do it in my time. I'm gonna do it in my time. So you guys, oh man, I can't believe I'm about to do this. I just can't believe this, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? So I don't want to get my equipment dirty. So I'm gonna be
equipment dirty.
I cannot hear you guys, but I'm here. I could read the comments. All right. All right.
This one is for Berchelt, eh?
Oh shit!
Here we go.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
Clap them up afterwards.
Countdown. Give him a countdown, G Funky. Give him. Oh, rub it in. Rub it in.
Yeah. Woo, man.
There he is. Give it to him again.
Not bad. Not bad. Okay.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, man, I love it.
Look like a member of the Insane Clown Posse.
I'll be right back, guys. I got to clean up. All right.
Yes. Thank you, Valdez. Thank you, Berchelt, for getting stretched like that so we could see that pie in the face, man. That was beautiful. What did you guys think, man? How was it?
That was worth it, brother. I hope it was worth it for everybody in the chat. That's what they came to see.
Oh, man. Well, I hate to be one of those guys, man, to say I told you so, but
Juggalo. Yeah.
I told you so.
From BMZ. You did look like a juggalo.
Juggalo.
Didn't he know? That's what I said. I said he looked like a member of the Insane Clown Posse. What was it, Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope?
Yeah. I haven't heard those names in quite some time.
Yes, since high school. Shaggy 2 Dope, and Violent J.
Excuse my co-host, guys. He's got some cleaning up to do. You know, he had some cream he had to put on his pretty face, you know, to make himself look younger. You know, get used to this, guys, because the more he keeps betting against G-Funk, the more we're gonna see this, man. He hasn't learned his lesson yet, man. You know.
Hey, G-Funky, I'll be right back. All right, brother.
We got you, man.
Good. It's just like look like it'll just be me and G-Funky cooking for a while.
So Milcar, man, you almost put the beard on the line. What made you not decide to do that?
Bro, I'm 0-2 right now, man, on my big predictions, right? With the 100%. So, you know, I had to hold back on that one. But you know what's funny? And I'm not just saying this. My wife is a witness to this. Literally, when I was watching that ESPN pre-show and I saw the work Valdez was putting in, and I saw that he was like following a plant-based diet, I was like, fuck, I bet on the wrong dude, man. But I've already said it. I've already gone out there on public riding with Berchelt. And but you know, I think Valdez might win this fight. And look at what happened, man. You know, the guy's taking his career super serious, undefeated, signed with I think arguably the best trainer. I think he is right now the best trainer in the world. And the proof is in the pudding, man. He made his adjustments and he did his thing.
Yeah, man. I seen, you know, the thing is this, man, I seen a lot of things that he can do in the ring. I just don't understand why people were overlooking it and just, and then overlooking all the technical flaws that Berchelt had. You know, I know he's big and strong, volume puncher, you know, but man, he makes a lot of mistakes. And, you know, there were guys that were able to counter punch him and land big shots on him, but it was just here and there. Valdez made sure he did that consistently. He hit him with something big just about every round, you know, and even with his jab, he was shooting a shotgun jab at him from the gate. And I believe his nose was bleeding halfway through the second round.
Second round, he bloodied up his nose. And the other thing, too, and I mean, this is all retrospect, obviously, but it was Valdez calling for this fight. I mean, Valdez moved up to fight Berchelt. You know, he clearly saw something. He said later on that he saw something in Berchelt, and he capitalized on it. And look, Berchelt is his stepping stone now, because I see Valdez doing great things. You know, it's tough for me to pick the winner in a fight with him and Tank. And Tank is like the biggest star, I think, at 130 right now. Forget about Shakur Stevenson, who I don't think has done anything at all to even be mentioned as an opponent to Valdez. And, oh, you're looking fresh and clean now, man.
Ooh, a little bit. God damn, that's a messy-ass pie, bro. God damn.
Why do you think I picked it?
Dick. That was something. All right.
But it tastes good, though, right? It was good pie.
Wasn't that bad, actually? Wasn't that bad? I mean, I had no choice but to taste it. But
you know, Paul is actually bringing out a good point. He says Berchelt is actually Amilcar's paisano. That was another reason I picked him. He's born and raised in Quintana Roo. That's my grandfather's home state. Out there, southeastern Mexico, right along the Caribbean Sea. So there was that aspect of it too. I'm not gonna lie. Look, whenever I decide to venture away from like pure boxing and bringing these other elements into my picks, it always fucks me up. So, yeah, thanks for calling me out on that one, no, pal. You're absolutely right.
And now that I think the pint, if everybody's leaving, okay, I see how it is. You know what I mean? Like, but, man. Anyway, I did not get to read the comments, obviously, and I don't want to touch my equipment in the middle with the pie on. But and for those listening on the radio again, you got to come to my YouTube channel to see it because you can't see it through, you know, the other way. You know what I mean? So, you know, I look a little whiter. That might still be the cream. I don't know. But anyway, but with that said, I'm hoping we could still get Senior on. I'm not sure if he's going to come on, guys. You know, sometimes we got Gabriel Flores on, so that's always good. We can always bring Senior on another week if he doesn't make it. We still got some time left. Now, but I do got some beef with Black and Brown, though. You know what I mean? But like, what is it? And with G Funky, you know, what's with like the Giants? Like, you know, like I don't know. I just feel like y'all became fans like when Barry Bonds had that season where he hit all those home runs, and then like, you just decided to stay fans.
Well,
hey, you want me to name you the 1998 starting lineup? I mean, 1989 starting lineup.
That's some serious ass shit. Go ahead, shit.
1989.
And do those kind of things. It's crazy.
It's only 9. It's only 9 positions, and they went to the World Series, so it's kind of it would be kind of easy
against the Athletics too, right?
They got us. They got us, man.
That was the Earthquake series, man. The Earthquake series.
Kevin Mitchell, Will Clark. We had a good squad that year, man.
Oh yeah.
Hey, do you guys play baseball? Hey, D-Style, do you guys play baseball in Texas, or just horseshoes?
Oh, horseshoes.
You know what we do in Texas? We fight. Okay, we got some badass boxers. What we got over here? Okay, I still let me tell you something. That World Series for the Texas Rangers hurt. You know what I mean? They were one strike away. One strike away.
You're welcome for that. You're welcome.
Yeah, don't forget the ass whooping we put on you guys the year before.
I thought you were gonna say you were an Astro fan, brother. You went with the Rangers.
Well,
huh?
I'm not that big on baseball like that, but I was just bullshitting. But
let me ask you something, Black and Brown. Am I wrong in thinking that Jeff Kent getting the MVP over Barry Bonds that year was an injustice?
Well, actually, it was co MVP. But yeah, you're right. No, you're right. It wasn't injustice.
If he was in the batting order, I mean, he wouldn't have got those numbers. I'm just saying. He benefited from batting right beside Barry Bonds that way.
And the craziest part about it is they couldn't stand each other. They fought in the dugout that year on TV, and they still won it together. That was the craziest part. But yeah, he didn't deserve it, but whatever.
Yeah. All right. I'm not crazy. I thought I was right on that one.
Right. For sure. Shout out to Tracy Boxer Girl, Nopal. Once again, Nopal, appreciate the support to the channel and all that good stuff. Yankees, the round boxing on here, you know what I mean? Shout out to him. What do you guys think about Frampton Herring? It's going to be in Dubai. Like, was it in Dubai before that?
No, it wasn't. It was supposed to be in London in a television.
So I'm expected to believe that he hurt his hand, like for real. Now it's in Dubai.
Honestly, I've never liked this fight from the beginning. I'm not just saying this now. I've never thought it was a good fight. I don't see Frampton as a 130 pounder.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't even. Do you mean to me? Herring's fighting him because he thinks he's a soft touch. I've never been excited about this fight, and he's aging. His best years are behind him. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. Are you guys excited about this fight? Dubai or England?
I mean, but here's what I want to ask though. Like, it's kind of like when the fights were in Saudi Arabia, man. I just feel like, should the sport of boxing be participating in, I don't know about Dubai, but like in countries where it's actually legal for its own citizens to participate in. They don't even allow ring card girls, bro. Are they going to allow ring card girls in Dubai? I don't know. They follow the same kind of.
I don't think so.
We could talk about Saudi Arabia.
Well, I know. I'm talking about Saudi, but I don't know Dubai. It's in that part of the world.
Up until recently, I mean, women couldn't drive there. I mean, being gay is still like a capital offense. You know, I mean, they've got a lot of issues, not to mention the fact that they got foreign workers from like the Philippines and Bangladesh and Nepal in like slave-like conditions, keeping their passports, not allowing them to leave. There's all kind of fuckery going on in those places. But yeah, I mean, it seems like whenever a fight can't take place somewhere and they need to find money for it, they end up going to the Middle East because those people are literally paying to host events to give their countries credibility on the international stage. So yeah, I got a lot of problems with those countries. Like
I wasn't happy about, you know, Ruiz Joshua fighting for the heavyweight championship in Saudi Arabia. I didn't like that. You know what I mean? Because we can't look. I mean, come on, bro. Like we don't even have pro boxing in Cuba. You know what I mean? And that is a boxing nation,
Mhm.
all right? And, for years, we had, all these sanctions on Cuba, but we don't have sanctions on Saudi Arabia. I'm just saying, I know that's like a topic outside of,
No, it's a valid topic, bro.
yeah, but it's just, I don't know, man. And then it should be a rule. I don't give a fuck what anybody says, all right? This is the rule, okay? Because, we got to respect their culture. No. Respect boxing's culture, right? If we can't have ring card girls, we're not going to fight there. All right? Simple as that.
If you can't have women fighters, get the fuck out of here when it comes to hosting fights.
Hey, thanks for the assist, because mine sounded sexist. Like my point sounded sexist as shit. But then Milcar came with a good one. You know what I mean? With a better point. Yeah, you're right. Women can't even fight there, bro. Like,
women
run.
They can't even compete in like sprints in the Olympics. Because they can't wear one of those big ass dresses with the full coverings. Nah, man. Yeah, we don't need fights over there.
What do you think, Black and Brown? Well, he'll be back with us in a little bit. Speak the truth. Say, hey, I'm just saying what I say. Okay, we got like another 15 minutes, guys. If Cena doesn't make it again, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I can always try to get him next week or something like that. I really wanted to talk to him. I have some questions for him,
You know who else I have questions for, D?
Yeah.
Angel Garcia. I've always wanted to speak to that guy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm just saying. I've always wanted to speak to Angel. And I know he's got views on a lot of stuff.
Hey, Black and Brown, what do you make of, like, promoters fighting in, like, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, like places where, like, women aren't even allowed to fight? You know what I mean?
Well, if it's a big fight, I don't mind it. But a fight like Frampton and Herring, I don't see why that fight would be in Saudi Arabia. I honestly, it makes no sense to put that fight there. Are the Saudis really into boxing that much? They know who Jamal Herring is? Are you?
They're laundering their record. They're basically cleaning their image up by hosting international sports. It's the same thing that apartheid South Africa did when it was like hosting all kinds of concerts and tennis tournaments and golf tournaments, or trying to. It's a way of sanitizing the image of the country internationally through sport. There's a long track record of these regimes doing that kind of thing.
Okay, that makes sense. That's a really good explanation, and it makes sense because I just didn't know who wanted to watch Jamal Herring in Saudi,
Nobody wants to watch that fight here. Like, well, they want to watch it over there.
No, that's exactly what I was thinking about.
Dude, isn't it like the most forced fight ever? Like, I just feel like Top Rank's like, no, you guys want this one. Like, nah, not really. Like, we really don't want to fight. Like, nobody's asking for it. But I do think it's going to be a good fight, though. I think it's going to be an exciting fight. In fairness,
it's going to be interesting because I think that Herring is by far the weakest title holder at 130. Like, I've seen him fight multiple times at the Garden. He's from Long Island. He's just from outside the city. I mean, he's just not in very entertaining fights to me. And dominate his opponents, even like lower level ones. So,
I know what you mean.
Carl Frampton is 5'5", guys.
5'5". I like how you emphasize it. 5'5". Like that's short. But let me say this.
McCreary, 2 fights ago, he went to.
You know what's funny is like a bunch of dudes that hate Mexicans on YouTube. That's one of their go-to insults to Mexicans. Like, you're a 5'4" Mexican. Like, you know what I mean? That's like one of their go-tos and shit. But Herring's actually just 5'5". He's a white dude.
I was saying Frampton's 5'5".
Yeah, I know.
All right. I mean, to put that into comparison, Inoue, who's at 118 pounds, and he's a big 118 pounder, is also 5'5".
Well, there you go.
It makes no sense. You got Shakur waiting. You could throw JoJo Diaz in there. You got Gabriel Flores waiting. There's things you can do with that with Jamal Herring's belt. The Carl Frampton fight just to me makes no sense. And then putting it in Saudi, it even more to me just confuses the hell out of me.
Right.
It must be like a business partnership deal these guys have going on or something. Because why wouldn't you push Shakur Stevenson in there instantly to get that? I think that's the fight they're trying to make next, right? They're going Herring, Frampton, and then Shakur gets the winner. Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, because of that WBO like bullshit rule that allows you to contest for a title automatically when you move up in weight. And, you know, he fought for the 126-pound WBO title, got it as an interim title or vacant, and then dropped it and moved up. So now he gets to fight at 130 for the title. It's nonsense to me.
No alcohol
like
in Saudi Arabia? Come on.
I want him to go get – I want them to make Shakur get a belt before they instantly throw him in there with Oscar Valdez. So if they're making him get that belt first, then I'm okay with it because I don't want him instantly in there with Oscar. I think Oscar should have a chance to at least call one shot. At least go get a fight. One fight you want, Oscar, go get it.
Hey, I want to say this. Qatar, it's a little like not related to boxing, but Qatar is hosting the World Cup, right? All these human right violations and like crazy stuff, you know, like proven stuff.
Yep.
You know? And FIFA like doesn't say anything about it.
Dude, the construction.
But oh my God. But like when the opposing team kicks the ball out, okay, when they're playing Mexico and they go, puto, like the biggest deal. Like, oh, we got to do something about these fans, you know, saying puto when a dude kicks the ball. You know what I mean? That's like, no, we got to address this. It needs to be addressed. It needs to be addressed now, right? But slavery and forcing people into labor, not a big deal, right? I'm just saying, okay?
No, you're right.
This seems to be a disconnect. Go ahead, Milcar.
I was just going to say the people building these like condos and these fucking stadiums out there are dropping like flies because the work conditions are so terrible. They bring them over there under these promises from, again, places like Nepal, Bangladesh, the Philippines. They keep their passports and they keep them working under like slave-like conditions. HBO Real Sport did a show on this like a few years ago. What they do out there in these places is terrible. But you're absolutely right. The hypocrisy on this stuff is next level.
It's getting deep. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to distract from the fact that I got the fucking pie in my face. You know what I mean? So let's talk about this real serious topic, you fucking. Go ahead.
Yep, that says no pork. Yeah. Well, I'm an animal lover, so that one's not that big of a deal for me.
I want to touch on what Black and Brown was talking about with Valdez. You know, obviously Shakur Stevenson was there, said some things before the fight. He wanted to fight Berchelt because he thought, just like the rest of you guys, all thought Berchelt was going to win that fight. And he was absolutely wrong, just like the rest of you guys, and I was right. You know, got a clean face tonight because of that. Yeah, you know, the thing about this, man, boxing is a crazy thing, man. From what I seen, somebody within Top Rank, I think it was the matchmaker, said he wants that fight between Valdez and Berchelt to be a unification bout, which means a couple things. It could be maybe Valdez gets the winner of the Herring Frampton, or maybe Shakur does. But you know, I don't think it's going to happen next. It'll probably happen sometime this year, but I don't think it will happen next. But, you know, the funny thing about it is we already got these fake-ass new media idiots here on YouTube literally making videos minutes after Valdez's win. Like, the guy can't even do a victory lap for beating the best guy at 130 pounds without them making videos saying that he's ducking Shakur Stevenson already, or that he's ducked him in the past. And I'm just like, I mean, I don't even know what these guys are talking about. When was there ever a fight, an official fight or an offer or anything between Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez? It's never happened. Just because some guy says something on Twitter, they want to run with it. You know, that's ridiculous. You don't make fights on Twitter. The guy already had a fight lineup with the WBC champion, the best champion at 130. Why would he just say, hey, you know what? I'll put that to the side and I'll fight you. You know, like, this doesn't even make sense. It's so stupid. But it's ridiculous, man. He says he wants to fight him, so you know it's gonna happen, man. But it seems to me like Top Rank doesn't want to make it next. So, you know, we're going to hear months and months now that he's been ducking or he's going to duck, whatever. It's just nonsense, man. Let the guy have his shine. Let him have his time. And he gets to enjoy it, man. He pulled one of the biggest upsets in recent times, you know?
Hey, guys, if he comes in the next 7 minutes, we might let him on right away for some quick thoughts. But I really want Senior on for a good amount, at least like 20, 30 minutes when he does come on, so we could talk to him. There's some big news coming, so things happen in life, and I'm sure something just came up, right? He's come on before, and so hopefully we'll get him on at another time. So I'm sorry for everybody that was waiting for Teofimo Senior to come on, but things happen in life, you know what I mean? But we hope everything's okay. As far as that goes, I went ahead and took the pie in the face. Look, I even put it on the notes. I swear to God, look, watch. All right. So there we go. Let's go ahead and do final thoughts here. Milcar, can you give me some final thoughts, brother?
Well, final thoughts were, again, hear ye, all bow down to G Funky. All right. We got to give it to my man over there. He called it. He said it. He called the actual punch.
Just don't call him a god, and I'm good. You know what I mean?
Well, I said God level knowledge of boxing, so I got to give it to that. Got to give him that. He did his thing. Yeah. I'm gonna just give final thoughts on this whole Shakur Stevenson thing, and I'll leave it at that because we talked a lot about the other things. His last three opponents, all right, Joet Gonzalez, featherweight, Felix Caraballo, and then Toka Conclary. I'm sorry, man, but that does not qualify you to be calling out Valdez. And that does not provide much material for these fanboys out there to be saying that Valdez is ducking anybody, okay? He should not even be mentioned as it relates to a title fight. The only reason he's even been mentioned is because of this ridiculous WBO rule that allows people to go up in weight and contest for a title. And who did he beat for that title? He beat Joet Gonzalez, a 13-0 fighter, for a vacant title. Look, he's got a lot of work to do before he can start calling out people like Valdez. And as G Funky said, let Valdez get an optional defense. I'd like to see him defend his title against more worthy opposition. And I'd like to see Shakur Stevenson prove himself against higher level competition and be in actually exciting fights. Because you know what? The last fight he was in put me and my wife to sleep. That's not conjecture, all right? That's not hyperbole. That's facts, like my man says. So I'm going to leave it at that. I want everyone here to subscribe to G Funky's channel, to Black and Brown Boxing, to me at Maestro on YouTube. I do my thing Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm going to be live at 5 again tomorrow on my channel talking boxing. Like this video before you leave, all right? And look forward to seeing everybody again, especially these three brothers I'm with right now. Stuff tonight, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Hey, Black and Brown Boxing, give us some wisdom. Give us some final thoughts.
Maestro's words were right on point, man, when it comes to Shakur. I love Shakur. I have for a while. I questioned his hand speed because I haven't seen him in there with top-level talent yet, so I still have a question about his hand speed. He fights a lot of low-level talent, so he doesn't really – he loads up a lot on his shots. So there's just a lot more I want to see from Shakur. Like Maestro said, I would like to see him become a champion. But yeah, the weekend of boxing was a great fucking weekend of boxing. Xander Zayas, Elvis Rodriguez, Gabriel Flores Jr., and then to top it off with Oscar Valdez versus Miguel Berchelt was just a great weekend of boxing. I can't say it enough how entertaining the whole weekend of boxing was. And let's not forget about the DAZN card. The DAZN card was on early in the morning, so it was just a great Saturday of boxing. Boxing's in a good place. It's on the rise. And look it right back at us. The number one pound-for-pound boxer in the sport, Canelo Alvarez, on Saturday with a great card. Look at guys. A lot of guys are talking crap about the fight, right? About the Canelo fight. Don't get lost in the fight. Watch the entire card. You got Diego Pacheco, Mark Castro, Julio Cesar Martinez. The card is stacked. So other than that, I appreciate you guys letting me on so much to talk to Gabriel Flores, man. D-Style, G-Funk, you guys already know how I feel about you guys, man. You guys are my boys. I appreciate it. Maestro, you are definitely a maestro, brother. I learn when you speak, and keep doing your thing, brother. I respect you guys, man, so much.
Appreciate that, fam.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's right.
By the way, their channels are in the chat, guys. So you can click on the link and subscribe. G Funky, give us some final words, brother.
Well, I'll say this, man. There was a lot of fights on this weekend. The Zone had fights on. We had a big upset there with the Kelly kid from the UK. The corner decided to throw in a towel, save him for another day. Hopefully he comes back and comes back strong. The undercard for the ESPN was really good too. Had a lot of good young fighters on there. We got to see a friend of the show, Xander Zayas, come out victorious in a good performance. Elvis Rodriguez, the guitar man, I liked him. He got some rounds in as well. And then we got to see Gabe Flores, who we had on here, who did his thing, man. He proved a lot of people wrong by stopping Jason Velez, who's a tough, durable guy. People question his power, but he went in there and got the job done, and credit to him. Good interview we had with him. And what can I say, man? The main event, I stood out on I put myself on an island. All right. G-Funk said, I'm going to stand on this island alone. And I don't care if there's nobody else with me, man. There was some people in the chat. Shout out to No Paul, Run PMC, A-Rod, Mr. Sinister, I believe. I don't know if he's here now, but he also picked Oscar Valdez along with myself. And I got to be honest with you, man. Just looking at the styles, and I said this, and I know that you guys thought I was crazy, but I seen a lot of flaws in Berchelt, a lot. And I honestly felt that they kept him away from a certain style of fighter, and that's what we saw, man. We saw a guy who can move, who's fast, who can counterpunch, just execute a game plan to perfection on him. And Berchelt, I don't know, man. I got to be honest with you. After that knockout and the way that I seen him fight and the way that I've seen him fight in this fight and in fights in the past, I don't know if there's no fixing him, man. I think that's just going to be the way that he fights for the rest of his career. He's gonna get some wins in the future, no doubt about that. I just don't know if he'll ever get to that level where he was before this fight, where he had this mystique that he was just this big Terminator type fighter that no one could ever hurt him, and he just comes forward blasting guys out. Like, I think people know now what they see from this guy, and I think they know what to do against this guy. So I do think he's going to get some wins. I just don't know if he's ever going to get back to that same level. But I got to end it with I told you. All right? I told you this would happen. You didn't believe me. So from now on, when G-Funky tells you that there's going to be an upset, you better get the Q-tips, clean those ears. Make sure you're listening up real good, man, because I got a nice record when it comes to picking these upsets. Thank you guys for being here. Hit the like button, subscribe to everybody's channel, Black and Brown, Maestro. And thank you guys, man. We'll see you on the next one.
G-Funky became a legend overnight.
Yes, he did.
The legend of G-Funky.
Go ahead, La Peli.
I'm going to tell stories about G-Funky, and people aren't going to believe me. Like, no, he didn't pick that fight. Like, yeah, I swear to God.
The legend of G-Funky.
Shout out to Retro Boxing and Documentaries, guys. Great documentaries. Check them out. You know what I mean? Somebody, was featured in Salvador Sanchez one. I don't want to say any names now, but you guys can catch it there. Retro Boxing and Documentaries. Yeah, great work by Blood. He did 99.9% of the work. So salute to him. Puerto Rican Rum, shout out to you. Look, guys, the beautiful thing about boxing is that nothing is for sure. Nothing. You know what I mean? That's the beautiful thing about boxing. That sometimes you're wrong, but yes, I took the pie to the face, and yes, that's not what I wanted, and all that, but I forgot to yell Berchelt, by the way, before I took the pie, but anyway. What I will say is, will Berchelt be back? Because we know Valdez just had his win. Will Berchelt be back? I don't know. Because I think even if it's not physically, mentally, I don't know, he'll be able to recover from that. You know what I mean? Whatever aura he had or whatever, like, guys know now that, yeah, you could take this dude out. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a different kind, and then it's no longer like, oh, that was early in his career. This is when he was a reigning champion, So it was real, and it was and all that good stuff. Check it out, you fucking good. Hey, let me look at myself. Holy shit. God damn. Right, there you go. So Lopez 40 ounce says Chief Funky shook up the world with his pick. Ali listen status. There you go. And let me just say this, guys. I appreciate everybody's support. Y'all showed up strong, man. Like even my enemies showed up today. You know, like I could tell. You know what I mean? Because as soon as I took that pie, people were like, all right, I saw what I wanted. And peace out. So, but it's all good, though. All right, I appreciate it anyway. Just make sure you hit the like button at the very least. You know what I mean? We're at 86 likes. You know, can we get to 90? Can we get to 90?
Get him up.
You know what I mean? Hey, shout out to Lopez Fortes, man. I appreciate the support, man. Valdez. Can a dude celebrate his win? Like, for real?
Yeah. Fast.
He literally, like, and then he's ducking. He's a ducker. Yep. He's already labeled a ducker. He's already like all this stuff. You know, like, this is crazy, dude. Let the guy celebrate his win. You know, like, can he just celebrate? Can he bathe in victory for at least a week at least? Like, goddamn, dude. That's it. Just let the guy, you know, let the guy celebrate his victory, man. You guys have any opinion on that? He's already being labeled a ducker.
Yeah, I got an opinion. It's crazy that it's not just one fighter, it's two. It's Tank and Shakur. You know what I mean? Like, both of them instantly start pulling at him. Like, where was all this before? You know, why didn't you want that belt before the fight? Why do you want it so bad now? I don't think it's the belt they want. I think they just want to attach their name to the instant fame, you know, like a clout chase. That's all it is, brother.
Especially from the Tank side, man. Like, we know this guy is not going to fight Valdez. Like, get out of here. Like, he even said, they've already said he's not going to fight at 130, 135. So, you know, I'm so
Where's the pressure on Tank to fight people?
Exactly. There's none.
He's been around forever with title belts, and I never see the pressure. I always get he's the pay-per-view star. He calls the shots. Like, according to who? According to who is this dude a pay-per-view star?
Here's the thing, Estelle. If he is the pay-per-view star and the A side, everybody like LRB and Mayweather say, then goddamn it, make an offer or stop clout chasing. One or the other, you know?
Guys, I was at the Barclays when he knocked out Pedraza, and I was impressed. I'm not going to lie. I was very impressed by that knockout. But since then, I mean, what has it really been? I mean, prior to the Leo Santa Cruz fight, I mean, he went 12 like painstakingly difficult rounds with a guy with a busted, fucked up Achilles in Yuriorkis Gamboa, who was fighting well above his optimal weight and well past his prime. Like, to me, he's regressed since I saw him knock out Pedraza back in 2017. He has not gone anywhere, really. And in terms of pay-per-view star, well, was he a pay-per-view star against Gamboa, or was he just a pay-per-view star against Santa Cruz? I'm confused.
He's not a pay-per-view star. Last time I checked, 200,000 buys does not make you a pay-per-view star. I'm sorry.
Not unless it's a Pinoy Power pay-per-view from when I was in high school.
So what we're gonna do, guys, is I think we should talk about that on Uncensored for a little bit. You know, tomorrow on Chief Funky's channel. Make sure you guys are there. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up, man. Another one for the radio edit. You know what I mean? This is DStyleBoxing. Keep it boxing. We're out of here. Peace.